Previously on Buy a House with Sweat Equity.
Now we're here with an electrical contractor. Meet Keith.
How are you?
What did we find? The general overall state of the electrical system in the house.
Very poor. It's one big daisy chain. Well, just to show you how bad this place was, see the lights here? That's where the plugs come down to.
So you're telling me all of the electrical plugs upstairs all fed into that light box there?
On this side of the house. Well, it's either that one or this one.
And you're gonna see Hassan and I get really busy and start putting 2x4s on the walls.
So we just learned the golden rule. Don't just fill up the bags.
All right, welcome back everybody. In the show today, we're gonna walk through our initial framing. So in the house right now, we've literally completed all the framing for the new rooms in the basement, and we've done 90% of the electrical, and we're ready for the plumbers to come in. And I'm gonna just walk you through the framing and talk a little bit about what we're actually doing here now and how we're progressing along. And we'll get started with that right after this.
My name's Ken Dunn. I'm a real estate investor, developer, and a national housing advocate. For decades now, thousands and thousands of Canadian families have been stuck in situations that they don't want. They want to own homes. They want a place to call their own and raise their families. And they're struggling trying to put the money together for a down payment. They're struggling trying to keep their credit in good standing, paying for rent, being moved around, and never feeling settled down. Real estate investors have been using strategies for decades where they buy houses with other people's money, they borrow the money to increase the value, and they sell the houses, making incredible profits. I'm going to show these Canadian families how to use the same techniques to buy their dream homes. They're not going to need down payments, they're not going to need credit, because they're going to buy a house with sweat equity.
All right, so let's talk through what we've actually done here. So the whole idea with this property, like anything I've ever done in real estate, is about lift. It's about increasing the value. One of the things I love about these types of old homes is that if you really pay attention to what you've got, anytime you have a situation where you have a side entrance like this that comes in and comes right downstairs, and you have a front entrance for the property, we're developing this for Hassan and Darshani's home, right? But we can also create a situation where this could one day be a duplex. And we're gonna build this out completely so that it conforms, so it follows rules. Now, as a duplex, if we just back up into here for a second, you have to think that there's gonna be one unit upstairs and one unit on the bottom floor. So there's fire code that you have to apply to. And essentially what fire code means is that you need twice as much drywall on the ceiling. And one of the pieces of drywall is fire-rated drywall, so it burns. So if you have a fire that starts in the basement, the drywall will stop it or slow it down enough so that people can get it upstairs. So this room that we're in right now, if you want to take a look around here and see, the guys were in here framing all week. They did an amazing job. We had a good crew, and this is one of my top carpenters, did the framing of this whole basement in 2 days. So the room we're in right now, the idea is that for Hassan and Darshani, this is going to be like a standard, kind of like a TV room, a multi-purpose room. But thinking about the future as an apartment, then this is where the fridge will go in this space right here. And then right beside it, it's what we call a galley kitchen. So there'll be a dishwasher and a stove in the center and a sink all in this area. Now we've got low bulkheads here, so we won't have any upper cupboards, but really nice here. And in the meantime, as the kids are growing up, then this can be like a second kitchen. They can make burgers down here, do whatever they want. And then if we come through the door, this is now the new master suite. Now, one of the things, if we're gonna use this as a bedroom, again, we're thinking about building code and fire code, there has to be what we call a means of egress. And that's what this is. This window has to be big enough that somebody could actually get out it, and it's perfect perfect. We put the brand new window in, lots of room to be able to get out there, so that satisfies that requirement. And I can't believe how fast this comes together. If you go back and look at the old shows and see what we started with, remember the old flooring, and there was this big ugly old bar here. If you want to look back at the show where we did our budget, we were leaning on this bar, and Hassan and Darshini were here with me doing that, right? Well, now it's all done, and we're literally ready to start doing insulation down here. And then if we come in here, this is the new master bathroom. So remember upstairs in this place, it's a small little bathroom, and we're gonna put a shower in and set it all up there. So we wanted to have a full bathroom down here. So here, we're gonna have a big soaker tub. Right beside it is a shower, the toilet, a linen closet, and right here will be their vanity. And again, windows. I love the windows that we have down here in all of the rooms. So this is perfect for the family to use, and it turns this place into a total of 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, which makes it a lot bigger. We're thinking about lift. So we're originally taking this place from what it was initially, which was 2 bedrooms, 1 bathrooms, to 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. That's where the value increases. Next, we go into a full walk-in closet. Now, it's a little short in here, obviously, but this is a great size closet to go along with the master bathroom. And then as we go back out here towards the front of the house, again, we're thinking about when this is a 2-unit duplex, when it's two different units, 2 different apartments. Inside of this room is where the washer and dryer are, and we want to be able to offer laundry services for both families that are going to be eventually living here. And also for Hassan and Darshini, this is where they're going to start their family, so they're going to have kids coming around. So we're going to have a door that closes here and can stay shut. But when we separate this, if we can just back up for a second, if this ever does turn into an apartment, we can put an exterior door right here so that people would walk into the apartment, or we could probably even put it right here so it walks into the hallway there so they come into it. So this locks, then this will be a common room that they can come into. Now, one of the things, if you're ever doing renovations on a property like this yourself, this is your utility room, right? So your laundry's in here, your furnace is in here, your hot water tank, your water, everything is in this room. If you're dealing with a limited space, such like this is, be very careful to make sure that your new framing, everything you put up, you leave lots of room for future work that might have to be done by people that are coming in to service this equipment. So we created lots of room to be able to navigate around it, to get right in the back of it here. You can see it really clearly, everything fits. So even back here, this is where our hot water tank is, and we've got all kinds of room back here. Well, this isn't storage or anything, it's just thinking of the future and making sure we have enough room for everybody to work. All right, after we come back from the break, we're gonna go upstairs, and I wanna show you the windows and doors that were installed. And if you think about what we've done already, we've only owned this place for about 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we did the demolition, we did all of the new framing, we've got all the new windows and doors installed already. We've got 90% of the electrical done. The plumbers are coming next week to do all the plumbing. And then following that, once that's all done, then it's putting up in the new insulation, putting on all the new drywall, doing all the taping, then putting all the new flooring in, painting the property, and we're finished. We literally are gonna do this whole renovation in about 5 weeks. Anyway, let's go upstairs. I'll be back with you in just a minute.
Introducing the ultimate in hydrotherapy and premium relaxation. Experience the epitome of artisanship with Canadian hot tubs. Meticulously handcrafted for over 4 decades, Canadian hot tubs are synonymous with comfort, depth, and unwavering durability. You can choose from our range of 4-foot cedar tubs or indulge in the therapeutic embrace of our 5-foot hydrotherapy models. Available in Canada and across the world, Canadian hot tubs bring a touch of luxury to homes worldwide. Craftsmanship that speaks for itself. Visit canhottub.com now.
Okay, one of the biggest pieces of advice is that I'm going to give anybody that's getting into this stuff. If you're doing it for your own house is one thing, but most people that are going through my sweat equity coaching program, and listen, if I've inspired anybody to do this, to actually find their own house, let me help you with it. All you have to do is go into the show's notes and you'll click on a link. There's a video presentation you can watch. Joining my sweat equity program is only a couple $100, and I can help you find the money anywhere in Canada Canada to do this yourself and help you and your family to own your own house. Enough about that though. One thing I'm going to tell you though is nothing beats building relationships. If you think about any type of business that you've been involved in, or you think about any situation you've been in, if you've ever gotten coaching from anybody else, that's the one common thread that is the same in anything you're doing. Nothing beats building relationships. So if you think about what we've done in this property already, how were we able to come so far so fast? It's really simple. I have great relationships. I was able to get 20 of my friends from the syndicate to come in here and do the whole renovation in one day. I have another friend who does windows and doors. And if you look at what we've done here, this window is brand new. The window over here is brand new. We literally took 20 windows out of this property. We replaced the front doors. We put new windows in, and check this out. We even turned, so this is one of the 2 bedrooms upstairs. If you come in here now, that used to be a window. It's now a door to the outside. So this door now goes to the backyard, and it's going to give Hassan and Darshni an incredible opportunity in this room. So when they first come in here, it's just the 2 of them. I have a secret. I know that they want to start a family. So we would guess that within the first couple of years, there's going to be a couple little kids running around. But for the next couple of years, they're not going to have a whole house full of people. So they can use this room as a nice functional TV room. And the door will be here for the kids to go out in the backyard so they can fence it in. They can have a little deck. They can have a little hot tub, and it all fits in here. And the best part about it, with all these new windows, everything is energy efficient. Great, great products that are going to keep us here. And you know, the coolest thing is all the windows and doors in this whole property, we had $20,000 budgeted for it. It cost us $14,000, and we only acquired this place less than 3 weeks ago when we actually owned it. We've already had all the windows and doors replaced. So this is going to turn into a TV kind of fun, relaxing room, another guest bedroom, another brand new window is already installed there. And then if we come back out here and we take a quick look into this bathroom, you can see that they've got the tub and everything out, and our plumbers are coming in this week to redo all the plumbing. Lastly, our kitchen's now starting to take shape. So we're gonna close this wall in. You won't be able to walk through there. That's gonna be part of the wall. We're gonna push the fridge right against that, put cabinets all the way along around here so it'll be a big U shape. These are called galley kitchens. So you'll never be eating in this kitchen, but we're getting a permit right now to change this and open this right up. So we're gonna put a new beam across the top and then cut these walls out, and then we'll put a nice quartz countertop in here so the kids have a place to eat breakfast. And now when Hassan and Darshni are entertaining families and friends for dinner, well, now what they can do is they can prepare all the food, set it up on the counter, and pass it through to the dinner table.
If you live in this amazing country and you dream about having a house for your family, a home you can call your own, but you haven't been able to do that because you have a hard time building up a down payment, or the banks are telling you they can't help you because of credit, then pay attention. This ad is for you. My name is Ken Dunn, and I'm a real estate investor and a national housing advocate. I have to tell you, there's a housing crisis going on right now, but the governments aren't going to fix it for you. All the governments are worried about is building more apartments, building more rental units. But until we figure out a way to help Canadians right across this country to buy homes with no money, then the crisis is never going to end. But don't worry, I've got the solution. I've been investing in real estate projects for more than 30 years, and I've never used any of my own money to buy the real estate. Here's what happens. I find a place that I want to buy. I look for places that are cheaper than the market, so they're the below value, and I buy the properties with private money, 100%. And then I renovate the properties, increase the value. Then I go to the bank and say, hey, I own this house that's worth $800,000 and I only need a mortgage for $600,000, and they give me the mortgages. And you know what the dirty little secret the banks won't tell you is? If you have equity in the property, they're not gonna ask to see your credit. They're not gonna ask about your loans. They don't ask about any of that stuff. I wanna show you how to do this. I've helped hundreds of Canadian families just like you to buy homes without a down payment. And in this live workshop, I'm going to show you how to go out and find an undervalued house in your community that would make the right home for your family, and it's a fixer-upper. Then I'm going to show you how to buy that property without using any money. You use private investors' funds, and I'll show you how to get them. Then I'm going to show you how to renovate the property using other people's money. And then once it's done, you're going to own a house that's got hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity in it, and you can easily get a bank loan and live happily ever after. It's called Buying a House with Sweat Equity. And if you click on the link, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it.
So we're making this property incredibly functional. We're opening it up to give it more space. We're finishing the basement, which is gonna let us take this house that was 1,000 square feet and turn it into 2,000 square feet. And that, my friends, is how we're taking a house that we bought for $500,000 and turning it into a house that's worth $1 million. Anyway, like always, if you guys are enjoying this series and you want me to keep doing them and you want us to put the energy that we're putting into this stuff into it, then follow on this journey with us. Remember, every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, a new episode is released. If you have any questions about what you learned today in this show, go into the notes, let us know what's going on, and we'll see you back here next week.